Welcome to our May community call, the number 5 community call that we've done so far. It's really great to have everybody here. And on the call today, we have myself, Lee KB, and Yewon, our co-founder. And we have some really great things to share with you today. It's going to be a pretty interesting call. Lots of great news in the recent month. So let me share my screen and we'll get started. All right. Yewon, can we see this slide now?
Not yet. I can see your YouTube studio right now.
Okay.
Maybe wait a while. Yep, I see it.
All right, great. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so just quickly, our agenda for today will be some marketing and product updates and giving you some news about upcoming releases. And finally, we'll end with a Q&A session like we always do. All right, so we'll get started with product updates. First, I know a lot of people probably very interested in this aspect. In this past month, we've finally rolled out several flash crash prevention methods that we've been working on since February. It was a long process, including audits and code reviews. So it took a little bit of time, but I think it's paid off really well. During the recent severe price action in the last couple of weeks, actually the protocol performed very well. We have partial liquidations as well as Oracle prices backstopping the liquidation as a double check. And especially the partial liquidations have really helped a lot. As you can see on the two graphics that we have here, both the BTC and ETH markets performed pretty well during the sort of major downturn that we had in the last couple of weeks. So that's really great. And I think it's shown also in the volume that we've been doing. Our volume has increased quite a lot since that happened. We've been in the sort of $300 or $400 million per day range, which put us in the sort of top 5 of DEX most of the time in the last couple of weeks. So that's really great news. And we're pretty happy with the changes that we've made. We continue to sort of monitor the situation and keep an eye on things to make sure everything's working smoothly. And we'll continue to do so going forward. It's our goal. It's always been our goal to make Perpetual Protocol a safe and a pleasant place to trade. And so we're going to keep working hard despite the recent successes. We always want to keep working hard moving forward. All right. So here's what I was talking about. Around the 19th, we actually hit, depending on the time zone you look at, it was between 520 million to 550 million in the 24-hour volume, which is pretty impressive. We were all pretty surprised and glad to see the protocol really taking off. All right, so moving on, our next announcement, which probably a lot of you already know, is a very minor tweak, but it'll help a lot of people. Previously, if you wanted to use our perp.exchange directly on XDAI, it was a bit tricky to switch between Ethereum and XDAI. Now we have a very clear button on the UI that lets you switch between Ethereum and XDAI. If you haven't tried trading on XDAI yet, the advantages are sometimes it can be a little more reliable, and also you have more control over the gas fee that you choose as well as the gas limit. Although that's pretty tricky, I wouldn't really recommend playing with that too much. The downside to trading on XDAI is that you have to pay for gas yourself. And of course, you're always welcome to come to our Discord and ask us for some XDAI for paying for gas. We're happy to give that to you. Beyond that, there's a couple of very minor tweaks just in the graphics. As you can see, like the B is your wallet and just your fancier graphics. If you want to disconnect your wallet from the site, you can click on that wallet address. C is a node. You can choose the XDAI node. You can also choose an Ethereum node, but that's only for deposits. And the reason you might choose the XDAI node is if the UI, the website of perp.exchange is not loading at all, or it's loading very slowly, you might want to try changing to an XDAI node, another XDAI node, to see if it loads more quickly for you. We've discovered that in some regions, some countries, certain XDAI nodes just don't connect very well. We don't really understand why, but you can use this little tool to switch between different nodes. Moving on, the D is you can switch between different languages. We have, I think, about 12 different languages supported right now. Finally, E is a little menu with a bunch of links to our docs, Discord, Telegram, and various other resources. Okay, next up, we've, as a part of our flash crash prevention, we also committed to releasing an open source UI for people to either run on their own or to launch on other servers, to basically provide another option for people who want to be able to trade in a sort of an emergency situation. Like if you have a lot of big positions and you want to have a backup, this might be a good option to look into. It's not really for beginner users. It's sort of an advanced tool. But we do have a demo of our own running. It's at lite.perp.exchange. So you can go check that out. Currently, there is one function. You can basically make any trade or update your positions. The only thing you cannot do with this is approve USDC. So if it's the first time you're trading with a wallet, you would need to approve USDC via perp.exchange and then come to lite.perp.exchange and continue trading. So we're providing this basically as a resource for the community. Anybody who wants to check out the source code, see how it works, run your own local version as a sort of local trading interface that you can use on your own server or your own machine. Or if you want to launch this and provide it as a resource for the community, that would be amazing as well. So moving along. All right, this is probably the most exciting announcement in our new updates, new product updates, is Apex.win, which is our limit order interface. Now, some people may be wondering why it's on a different domain, a different web address. Now, the main reason is we want to have as decentralized a system as possible. I mean, this is DeFi, so we're trying to be as decentralized as possible. And currently, web technology is not very decentralized, at least not the mainstream web technology. So, for example, our website at perp.exchange is basically a centralized service run by the team, which is not really DeFi in our opinion. So this provides another way to trade on Perpetual Protocol. It uses the same protocol. So yeah, we really encourage people to check that out. It provides a bunch of different advanced order types, including limit orders, stop orders, and trailing stop loss, which is really interesting in my opinion. So if you want to open a short and the price does go down, you can just set a stop loss. If the price starts going up again, you can set a threshold at 5% or $10 or whatever amount you want to set. You can either set it as a dollar or a percentage amount. It's really an interesting feature, so I highly recommend checking that out. And yeah, big thanks to the Apex team. We've been working with them for months. They went through testing, audits, everything. These guys really worked hard, and they've produced a pretty cool product. The interface is super minimal. Actually, why don't I just go ahead and show you right now? Just share that. Just a moment. Okay, so this is what the actual interface looks like. It comes up first with a warning. Keep in mind that this is it's been tested, it's been audited, but it's still considered a beta product. So there is this little warning here that you have to agree to. Now, the first step, I think I'll just refresh this. All right, the first step when you use this is to connect your wallet. So that's easy. They support a bunch of wallets, especially on mobile. If you want to trade from your phone, your iPhone or Android phone, definitely check this out. It supports a lot of different wallets. Here, there's only 4 wallets, but if you connect with your mobile device, there's 10 different options. It's really amazing. So I'm using MetaMask. All right. Okay, so the first step is to spawn a smart wallet. This is an entirely on-chain limit order system, and it runs using a special smart contract wallet, which you have to create as the first step. So let's go ahead and create that. Just a minute. I forgot I have my hardware wallet connected to this. Always trade with a hardware wallet. Even though it's a little slow, it's much safer. Even the pros get hacked and lose funds when not using a hardware wallet. All right, so this entirely runs on XDAI. You'll also need some XDAI to pay for gas fees, but as usual, the gas fees are pretty minimal. So while we're just waiting for this, you'll see there's like 4 different types of orders. You can just make a regular market order. So that's the same as when you're trading on perp.exchange. You directly buy contracts or sell contracts, open a long, open a short. Next, you have limit orders. So limit orders, basically you're setting a price at which you want to trigger a buy or sell. Now, let's say you want to buy Bitcoin, buy BTC, and then sell at a certain price. What you have to do is start with a market order. So you open a long on a market order, and then when you want to trigger you want to set your sell limit, you would open a limit for the sell and set the limit price. So they also support stop orders and trailing stop orders. To me, this is the coolest feature. All right, for some reason, this is taking forever. I don't know if XDAI is like congested or something. All right, I think I might, well, let's just go back to the regular slideshow here, and we'll check back in with that in a little bit. Okay, so our next update, we'll look at some marketing updates that we have. Another major update is our zero gas deposit function. And now if you deposit 500 USDC or more on perp.exchange, you will not have to pay any gas. The gas will be paid for in a partnership with Bioconomy. Bioconomy is our partner who has created a tool that using meta transactions allows you to trade on perp.exchange for free with no gas. So all of the trades that you've done on Ethereum on perp.exchange with no gas is thanks to Bioconomy. And now we're also offering the same tool to let you deposit USDC on XDAI. So yeah, that's really great. If you want to trade and you've been sort of hesitating due to the high gas fees on Ethereum to deposit, now we have you covered. So definitely check that out. Next, we are currently running a meme contest related to zero gas deposits. So if you have some great ideas for memes regarding depositing with zero gas, we recommend you check that out. Even if you're not like into creating memes on your own, we definitely recommend checking out the hashtag perpmeme, PERPMEME. There's some really great memes. Yeah, some of them really blew our minds, and we're looking forward to even more great memes very soon. And the prizes are pretty good. Yeah, it's $500, $300, and $200 worth of perp. This says it ends on May 21. I don't think that's correct. I think it starts on May 21. It'll end a week later, so it ends next week. So there's still time to create your memes over the weekend. All right, moving along. We're currently running a competition in partnership with Cream. And it's a very simple competition. All you have to do is either trade Cream on perp.exchange or go to Cream and borrow or lend the perp token on the Cream platform. So if you do either one of these things, you can win. You can get tickets, and depending on the number of tickets you get, you'll increase your chances of winning. And there will be 20 winners, and there's a prize of $1,000 each in Cream and perp tokens. So we'll be having a live stream drawing next week. So yeah, definitely check that out. It's a great chance to win some pretty sweet prizes. And yeah, there'll be a live stream draw next week. So keep an eye out for that. Next up, we have an index. I can never be sure if it's co-op or index coup. Anyway, we have a competition coming up with them. The details are still being confirmed, but definitely keep an eye open for that. All right, moving along, we have a couple more items. One is the perp together, where you can, again, get some tickets for trading on perp.exchange. Every trade, no matter how small, will earn you a ticket. There's also a maximum potential amount of tickets you can earn. So don't be discouraged if you're like a small trader that, those super mega whales are getting like 1 million tickets. everybody gets a maximum of 20 tickets per week. So your chances are still pretty good, even if you're getting 1 or 2 tickets. So definitely check that out. And again, keep in mind, we're running the perp together on Pool Together, and Pool Together, we're running it on XDAI. So the gas fees are super cheap. You don't have to worry about gas fees on Ethereum for Pool Together. So it's totally worth it. And we're giving out $5,000 worth of perp every week. So again, some pretty awesome prizes. Finally, this month we started our referral program. And the referral program basically is designed to attract some big influencers to come and be referral partners for the Perpetual Protocol. And those referral partners can earn some fees. And as well, all of your traders under them will also receive a 40% discount on all their fees. Also, something very interesting that I think is kind of unique to our referral program is the influencers, because they're earning money from fees from their traders, they are incentivized to get as many traders as they can. So all of the referral partners that we've talked to so far have been planning to offer extra giveaways and rewards for their traders to get people to join up with them. So far we have one active referral partner already, and he's already had 1 giveaway and has announced that he's going to be having another giveaway next week. And we have a second referral partner who will be starting very soon, who is also talking about doing some pretty awesome giveaways. So yeah, definitely check that out. Also, we're looking for referral partners from all kinds of different countries. Like if you know influencers in Korea, Japan, Russia, South America, or any European country, or really anywhere, I guess except for the United States, we're definitely interested in talking to them. So it would be really awesome if you introduce them to us. That would be really great and really help out the protocol. Okay, moving on to the upcoming releases. All right, so the first thing that we'll be releasing is next week. We have a new learning platform, which will be at learn.perp.fi. This is something that our team member Wei-Ting has been working on very hard in the last couple of weeks in partnership with a marketing consultant that we've been working with. And they're coming up with some really cool articles to help teach people about Perpetual Protocol, as well as just perpetual contracts, DeFi, and other related topics. And we're really looking forward to launching this next week and helping out the community with more teaching materials, learning materials for people to learn more about our protocol, as well as just DeFi in general, and to learn how awesome it is and how to use it. So super looking forward to that. All right, next up, we are still working on our mobile UI. We've already actually got like a pretty solid design down. We've had some user interviews and usability testing done on the UI, and so far it's looking pretty cool. So we're really looking forward to getting that launched. The next step will be to turn the design over to our front end development team for them to do the coding. That will still take probably a few weeks. So yeah, it's not going to be out really in the very near term, but that's something coming up pretty soon. All right, moving along, we had a community vote to reduce the staking cooldown period. The goal with this is to attract more people to participate in staking. Yeah, we're looking forward to getting that launched. It's currently being audited, and yeah, the code will be rolled out as soon as the audit and testing has been completed, and we're confident that it's 100% ready to go. Additionally, there will be a slight delay because we want to make sure that people who already started the cooldown won't finish the cooldown after people who start the cooldown once we reduce the period. I don't know if that makes sense, but basically our goal is to make sure it's fair for everybody and that all the cooldowns will end at the same time. So there will be a slight delay on the rollout of that, but keep an eye out for announcements. It should be coming soon. All right, so for the next topic, I will pass the mic over to Yanwen, as this is a bit more of a technical concept. So go ahead, Yanwen.
Sure. There are some updates on the contract side. So we have been talking about that so we are using this like Uniswap SYK model, and we can actually update the K. So we have this audit and ready to deploy. So I think for next month we will deploy it and maybe like pick a market and then test it out. So we will start like adjusting the K and either increase or decrease. We have like a fixed plan yet, but just something that we want to let the community know that we are doing. Yep. And for the next.
Yep.
Yep. So so this is actually this week. So for the dynamic K, the audit is almost finished. Because one of the auditor, he just got the COVID shot. So I mean, it will be delayed like, for several days. But I think this should be finished like next week, and then we are ready to deploy that. Yep, next one. And for the V2, yep. So let's go to the next slide. So we have been like working on V2, I think since maybe like February, March timeframe. Mostly because we have like some, as the platform grows, we have like some risk that doesn't really in our kind of expectation. So one of them is the long-short skill that we actually explained like in the previous community call. So since then, the team actually focused on like trying to find like different ways to kind of like mitigate or like try to fix it. So we actually have like several proposals from the team and then from some of the, some of the friends we know, and I think we almost like come to the end of this. So we're still in research, but we are pretty confident that we want to. We should be able to like kind of like fix it. Maybe not fix it. Maybe like just like look at it and the other way that but we can definitely reduce the risk on the protocol itself. At the same time, we also want to the other feature that we want to put into V2 is the capital efficiency. So right now we are using the SYK model, and it's not really that efficient, but it's good because we can adjust the K. But there are some restriction on adjusting the K. For example, we cannot, raise it or decrease it too fast. That actually have some kind of like other impact to the system. So that's also something we are focused on. So we want to have more like capital efficient system. So that's also like in the research, and then I think we are kind of like almost in the end of it. So we have like several proposals as well. So definitely that's something that's the two like main area that we want to focus on for the V2. So for features, the first thing that lots of people from community ask about, like which layer 2 or sidechain are we going to deploy in the future. We definitely take into most of those new chains. If anyone are interested in like the detail, like how we evaluate this, that we are very happy to share. So you can just ask in Discord or other place. But definitely we want to deploy a more, layer 2s or sidechains in the future. So that's definitely in the plan. Yeah, and the second thing is that I talk about this, that this is a risk. It actually doesn't really have a huge impact right now, but I think for the long run, we still want to find a solution for this. And also permissions market. So this is another thing that we are working on. So we want to, so right now, all the new market, we actually, some people suggest that in the governance forum, and then we will kind of like have a vote in batch. So we are not doing like 1 vote per market. We do probably like 5 votes per market. So we aggregate that into a vote, and then people can vote on that. But still, it takes time. And we are, I think the end goal is that we want to be more like Uniswap, that you can create your own market. but because this is a leverage market, so there is some restrictions. So we definitely want to have something like permissions market that actually we have been working with Delphi Digital for some time now. And yeah, this is something that we want to implement in the V2 as well. The last one is close margin. Right now, the whole Perpetual Protocol is running on isolated margin now, so it's not really that capital efficient. If you want to trade like a multiple market, so definitely we want to bring the close margin to the system as well. Yep. So that's probably all the features that we are looking at for the V2. Yep. And right now, most of the after the fix of all the flash crash issues, we actually ship most of the development, process to the V2. So we are actively working on this right now. So hopefully we can have an announcement in several weeks, and then a testnet after that, and probably like go, mainnet, hopefully soon. Yeah, maybe like in, I think maybe like 2, 3, 4 months. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. That's for the V2.
Okay, great. Thanks for that. So we'll move on to the Q&A. Let's just see what questions we have here. Hold on. So if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the YouTube chat. And we do actually have a couple questions already from the Discord channel. Just a moment. All right, so we had two questions from Discord user Gargamel. Great name. The question one is, has a fix for the flash crash been deployed? And the answer is yes. We have a bunch of different fixes that we've deployed in May for that. So and so far they seem to be working really well. So we're pretty happy with that. The next is when will stop loss functionality be deployed? So again, it's been deployed already. And you're welcome to give that a try at trade.apex.win. So definitely go and check that out. If there are any other questions, go ahead and put them in the YouTube chat, and we're happy to answer them. Just wait a few minutes because there's a slight delay on the YouTube stream. So I want to make sure everyone has a chance to type in their questions. Yeah, it looks like we might not get any questions today. I don't see anybody answering or asking questions yet. So as always, we welcome everyone to come to our Discord and Telegram channels at any time to ask questions. We love to get questions from people. And yeah, we love interacting with our community members. Also, another little bit of news that I didn't share during the main part of the call is that we're actually looking to hire 2 marketing people and also 1 business development person to work with our lead strategy, Nick. So if you're looking to work with Perpetual Protocol, definitely check out our Discord and Telegram. We put links there for those. I think it's on Telegram, but it's definitely is there on Discord. So definitely check that out. And yeah, we'd love to see your CV and have a chat with you. So I don't see any further questions. Yohan, do you have any last things you want to say, or we'll wrap it up?
No. Yep. Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay. Well, thanks everybody for joining. And if you're watching this in the YouTube, the video upload afterwards. Oh, actually, we do have a question just in the nick of time. So the question is, how much will dynamic K change the K value? That's an excellent question. Yohan, you want to handle that?
Yep, sure. So I mean, this is when we want. I mean, like before we change it, we definitely will announce it. So we will pick a market and then try and then update it. So I think the change. I mean, like we will propose a change, and then we will also explain that why we want to update it. But so I think the reason we want to update is that I mean we feel that I mean we actually use like so the price impact as a kind of like indicator of like the slippage and also liquidity on that market. So suppose that putting like 100K USD, I mean like what the price impact is for the market. And so I think we will, I mean, kind of like build a spreadsheet and then put the price impact and also like trading volume onto those. And then we will kind of like maybe make a decision that we want to increase or decrease the K in all, I mean, like in different market. So or I mean that's the first step. I mean, like we want to kind of like test it out. If everything was well, I mean, like we probably will launch like some like discussion on the governance forum, and then want to get the community feedback, and then we can have a vote on things, and then we can update it. Yeah, but that's I mean, like processing. Not sure. I think our goal right now is just like test it out and then see if everything I mean was well. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just add that we also have financial engineering team members who are really expert in this area. So yeah, we'll be looking to them to provide a lot of analysis for like the best way to move forward. But at the same time, there will be some like experimentation at the beginning. So yeah, it should be very interesting. I'll just give another maybe 10 seconds for people to type in more questions if they have any. All right, looks like that's it. If you have any more questions, yeah, welcome anytime to our Discord, or you can leave the questions directly in the YouTube comments. We're always happy to answer them. And we'll see you next time. Thanks again for coming.